If you were a student in Unleash Empathy, you would know that people who look like you don't even show empathy to people who look like themselves. White people only show empathy to animals. And there is so much anecdotal evidence to prove it. It's just that it will depend, right, on the people you are around in terms of how it shows up and how it's enacted, right? If you are around people who are around empathetic people, empathy has been modeled for them, that, could be true. But if you just take a minute, right, and you really think about the history of violence in this country, and you really think about how violence is perpetrated, right? Emotional, psychological, physical, sexual violence, right? Constantly. We've been normalized into it. And so it makes empathy even more challenging. I'm going to encourage you to go to unleashempathy.com or go to crowdcast.io at Unleash Empathy and watch the Unpacking White Violence class, and then watch Unpacking White Rage and Anger. And you will see that when it comes to empathy, when it comes to violence, there is no correlation, right? There is no, there's no genuine evidence, right, to show that white people have empathy towards each other. Because really, we could just look at Roe v. Wade. We can look at the amount of child trafficking and child predators, right? We can look at they've made child labor laws worse, right? Outlawed abortion. Are you kidding me? There is no empathy within whiteness. White people make all the laws. White people run everything in America and in Canada, right? And so there is no empathy, because if it was, why would we allow children to have be able to be married to grown-up people? Why would we allow children to work in dangerous jobs? And 43 states have just lowered the age that children can work dangerous jobs. Kids can now bartend at 16. So there is no empathy within whiteness for human beings that look like yourself or that look like me. There is no empathy. And so what we must do is we got to model it, right? We have to help people understand that this empathy gap has got to be filled, and it's got to be filled immediately. And it starts, right, as people become healed. That is really the only way.